So as a sensitive woman, empath, who feel the energies around and the people around, I have experienced there's one word through the times that have helped me back more than anything. And I also experienced it in my clients, that it all comes down to this one word. And once we really take that word out of our vocabulary, out of our life, things really starts to change in our life. And it can be small things, just like people around us start respecting us, our boss start to recognize us, our job suddenly changed, both in that boss you don't like or don't agree with or cannot work with, suddenly just change, go somewhere else. It can be, yeah, finally you are appreciated and seen for who you are. Suddenly you are being listened to. And it can be small things like this, but it can also be really that once we start this, it just grows up, and that's when we suddenly start that business that we've been dreaming of for years. And that's where so many things has happened in my life when I finally removed this word. And I want to tell you what that word is, of course, but there's so much behind that word. So for most people, it's not exactly that word, but it can be a word in disguise. Um, and it really, so that's why I want to start with just saying that it really can be in the energy. So it's the energy that we're living from and what that word represents. Because before I say it, I have heard so many clients when we speak about it that they start saying that I said it myself also, that no, I don't say that word so much. But once we really start noticing this, then we tend to, especially as empaths and sensitive women, this is just something we have with us. It's not our fault. This is exactly what we have been built up from. And through this healing, during the years, that maybe you have also tried this, but I definitely came to this point where I have healed and worked with myself, setting boundaries, blah, 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 but nothing ever really shifted. And I came to this point where it just keep running around in the same circles, right? I never really got anywhere. And this word also is, or this energy, I would rather call it also, it's really what is draining our energy and sucking out all of our power and taking our power away. And that's why I really want to share it, because it has changed so many things for me, and it's still changed. It keeps coming in new layers, and it's also about like how my partner speaks to me, how suddenly dreams that I was dreaming about years ago and kind of forgot about now shows up, and I forget that that is truly what uh, will make me happy. Not will make me happy, you got what I mean, because the happiness doesn't come from that, right? But when things just start happening and opportunities shows up and comments from somebody or a text from somebody that just going to change your view on anything, or a completely new job, right? And you know this, when everything just has come to a stall. And this is where this word, and whatever area of your life it might be right now, I'm sure this can resonate in you. So before I say this word, I just want to remind you that it's also the energy, or what it can come in as disguise, or it can be as this in disguise, right? um, so it's the word sorry. And it's not just saying sorry or apologizing, it's what it represents, right? So it's usually, so it quite often happens also in sessions for me, that when women, so again, I have this issue, I should know this by now, and I can't believe I'm going around in this again. And that's one of the things that how it can show up, but it, I will tell you some other area where most probably quite often also, but this is how I discovered it and how finally I saw it around myself also. Almost, I can for sure say all my clients have said this at some point, kind of apologizing, not saying it in the words, but excusing it, and excusing themselves for why, or yes, I know this, I should know this by now. And again, I have done it myself also, but once we hear this, and this is where we can be quite hard on ourselves. I should get this by now. I keep going in this, I should know this. And or if they come back and need my help, almost like, yeah, apologizing for needing help, but it's the most strongest part of them that actually can reach out and say, hey, I actually want help with this. It's only for us to have that vision that I don't want to get stuck in this. I'm worth more than getting stuck in this. And right now, I cannot deal with it myself. I need you to help me put my lenses on and see. That's basically what it is most often, that we just need to see it with different lenses, because we are stuck in where we are right now, and seeing it, right? So that is one way. And also this about that, that we need to learn over and over again. I freaking had to learn over and over again 1,000 times the same thing, until finally, suddenly, somebody said it the right way and it just clicked. And it's not in that moment that person that says it, but it's the warming up, and then they just say it the right way in the right time, because now it's ready to let go. And nobody teach you how to really deal with your emotions, and especially sensitive empaths. We quite often was surrounded by people who don't understand those deep emotions that we have, and that's why we have learned to keep them in. So that leads me to the next sorry energy, because this is where we have learned to apologize for being us, where we have not learned to listen to our own needs, and we leave ourselves, we tend to leave ourselves by automatic, as an automatic response. And that can be based from a fear of being misunderstood, or not liked, or not living up to expectations, because if I don't do that, I'm not safe. And I will tell you exactly how to fix this today. And it's basically just an automatic response that goes to this, that over explaining or over excusing, or from the fear of not being understood, of not being misunderstood, of not being understood. You got my point. So, so it comes from this going in the background. And even if you have learned that I'm allowed to be here, I'm worthy of this, and da 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 da, it's it's these automatic responses that happens every day in the small situations that's really going to make the big shift, I swear to you. Because once you see this, once you start noticing it, but you need a kind of reset, you need a kind of say, okay, now I stop saying the word sorry, I stop over explaining myself. So if it is, for example, you hear yourself, or you catch yourself now I'm going to start saying, yeah, but it was because, like, I just wanted to ask you just because da, 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 da. We spend so much energy on it. You cannot even believe it. And if they misunderstand you, they will misunderstand you anyway, even if you spend energy saying that extra sentence. Or if it's because you don't want somebody to be uncomfortable. Quite often we do this because we don't want others to be, we can sense the energy so much that we don't want them to feel uncomfortable, or we meddle the things in the group or the energy to keep like a good energy or joyful. But what if you could feel safe? Because it's not your responsibility. Most of the time it's not your responsibility unless of course it's exactly a job description, but most of the time really not. We have taken on this responsibility from our childhood because of something happened, and we don't really, as I see it, need to dig down in our childhood anymore to fix it. We actually not fix it, we heal from it much easier by finding the safety in our nervous system. So first step is to notice now that you just have the awareness of it. Because we're basically saying, I'm sorry for being me. I'm sorry for being too much or not being enough. Because you're not being enough if you don't say this sentence, if you don't do that. And really, before I forget it, it can might as well just be like when you're getting compliments, when somebody is helping you, that what what is the automatic response for you if somebody helps you or gives you a compliment? Do you feel like you need to give something back, or you need to, like, wow, thank you? Or you can basically just say, thank you. And in that energy, I know I look good today. I know I'm shining today, if it's something like that. Or that somebody help you and like, thank you. Not like over thank you, oh, thank you, I appreciate it. Where we are so hungry for it, but where it's just like, of course, thank you. And that's all. And then on with the conversation. Or if they compliment you about how you're looking, then just thank you. How was your day? Like, thank you. I know. Like, you don't have to say I know, but in that feeling, like, yeah, I feel good today. Thank you. That's all. That's all it takes. You don't need to give something back. You don't feel like you don't need to feel like you owe anybody. That's what we quite often, because we're put in the world to do something for others, but we need to learn how to receive and just to be here and feel safe. So that is the next. Uh, I want to say that when we uh, I have done it so much myself, and I have seen it in my clients once they really stop this, because we spend so much energy on it. You cannot even believe how much when you start doing this, that you will see what will happen in your body and around you, small step by step. That when you reset this and notice, what is my automatic response? Why am I doing this? Can I feel safe right now if I'm not saying this, if I'm not giving this back, or if I'm not gonna do this right now? Because quite many times you do it because you you want to everybody in the room feel comfortable, for example, or you want to lighten the mood. But what happens if you don't do it? Can I feel safe right here, right now, in being misunderstood, in being not good enough? Because then that is for them. As long as you understand yourself, as long as you feeling worthy, as long as you are safe. You just keep yourself safe and that inner child safe, and make sure that she is safe. She don't need to do, say, or yeah, do anything. Yeah. So I hope that this gave you something to think about. I really cannot tell you how much I have seen in clients that when they do this shift, when they honor themselves for just having, if you have an uh, why it's basically in anything for having emotions, because that is what it is for us sensitive. We have emotions, and once you're not ashamed of them anymore, trying to explain them or apologize for having your emotions, when you just truly allow yourself to have those emotions and you allow yourself, okay, now I feel too much, so what if I stay in this energy and stay too much? Can I feel safe? And you can mark this by, if you have those orange pants you didn't dare to wear, or I feel like I'm taking too much space here. I feel like I'm too much. So can you stay in this? I feel like maybe they misunderstand me or something. Try to stay with yourself first. Then you will know if you need to say something. But that is a way to reset that automatic response and be sure where it comes from. And most of all, it helps you tune into yourself and stay with yourself instead of going out of your energy. And for me, this is the best way to protect your energy and not lose yourself, because these small everyday situations really is going to help you stay with yourself, not lose yourself, and other energies are going to drain you much, much less. You're going to be much more in control of your energy. And this is where you can start creating a life that fits your energy. And that we can talk much more of, because that is coming much more, because this is really, as empaths, we're not, most often, we're not built to live ordinary life, right? Not that it doesn't have to be ordinary, but full-time job. Most of our energies cannot take it, right? Or jobs that are draining you and you're in hustle mode, we can actually manifest or create a life that is not draining your energy. So this we will talk much more of here on this channel. And I know I have been away for a while, but it has been, clients has needed me, my own life has needed me, and it has been amazing, intense summer. I'm sure you also felt it, and I hope to be on here much more next. So anyway, the reset, if you want to try it down here to reset those automatic responses and stay with yourself more. Okay, until next time.